Nicky. You know, I was just thinking about times long, long ago. And I was thinking about all the different animals and stuff that lived long, long ago. And I was looking at this one animal called the Tyrannosaurus Rex. I mean, look at this thing. The Tyrannosaurus Rex, T-Rex for short, was one of the largest dinosaurs to ever walk the earth. Look how gigantic this thing is. I'd say this is one of the largest dinosaurs to ever stomp the earth. Because for sure, if you're that big, you don't walk really pretty. You probably walk like boom, 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 boom. Now, the Tyrannosaurus Rex lived about 70 million years ago. Million years. That's a lot of birthday candles. And they lived right here in North America like we do. And they weighed about 7.5 tons, like as heavy as a delivery truck, as heavy as 7 cars stacked together. Can you imagine even picking up one car? This thing weighed as much as 7 cars all together. Look at this thing. Look at its tiny, tiny arms. But look at those big, powerful teeth. And the Tyrannosaurus Rex was not just gigantic, it was tall. Like 20 feet tall. That's taller than a giraffe. That's like 2 giraffes. The Tyrannosaurus Rex ate meat. Lots and lots of meat. And they were known for being a fierce dinosaur. That means they were ferocious, aggressive, powerful, and strong. Today, we're going to read about a T-Rex, but this is tiny T-Rex. Tiny T-Rex does not look like this T-Rex at all. But look, tiny T-Rex still has those little tiny arms that the T-Rex is known for. Let's read about tiny T-Rex. Let's read about what it must feel like to be a tiny T-Rex. And what must it be like to have really tiny arms? Tiny T-Rex and the Impossible Hug by Jonathan Stutzman, and all the pictures are done by Jay Fleck. As always, I want to thank our friends at Chronicle Books for sharing with us this great story, Tiny T-Rex and the Impossible Hug. Here's Tiny right here. Hello, Pointy. Are you okay? No. Today I feel sad. I don't want to play. Tiny T-Rex and the Impossible Hug. Hey, what do you do when one of your friends is sad? When my friends are sad, I like to cheer them up. Let's see what Tyrannosaurus Rexes do when their friends are sad. Tiny says, I have tiny arms. It's very difficult to hug with tiny arms. Well, who does he want to give a hug to? Each day I'm growing taller, but my arms are still tiny. Hugging almost seems impossible for a Rex as tiny as me, but I will try. Pointy needs me. Well, look at that. Tyrannosaurus Rexes also want to cheer up their friends when they're sad. And it looks like Tiny T-Rex is going to cheer up his friend Pointy by giving him a nice big hug. But how do you hug with tiny arms? Where is my father? I will ask him for advice. That's his father. He's not so tiny. Hello, Father. Rexes are thinkers, not huggers. Perhaps instead of hugs, mathematics might be the answer to your problem. You see the problem here? Happiness equals 8x plus 3y plus 2z. Well, that's a strange way to solve a problem. A happiness problem. Pointy does not like math. Math will only make Pointy feel worse. And so Tiny walks away. Hello, Aunt Junip. She's not so tiny either. Auntie Junip, I have a problem. I must learn how to hug, but my arms are too tiny. I have found that balance is the key to every problem. Balance and freshly squeezed cucumber juice. Tiny says, That is disgusting. I will ask my mother for help instead. I have fallen and now I'm lost. I do not think I will find my mother in here. Where is he? There's some scissors and a pencil. He fell into a drawer, but he's lucky because his mother is right there. Hey, his mother's not so tiny either, but she does have those tiny arms. Hello, mother. Tiny, says his mother. It's okay if you can't hug. You are good at many other things. You are kind and creative and braver than most. You are tiny, but your heart is so big. I cannot hug with my heart, Mother. I must learn to hug with my arms. Hello, sister. Hello, brother. Please help me. Hugging is very difficult. We'd love to help, Tiny. To do the impossible, you must plan and practice, 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 practice. Look, they're practicing playing ping pong. Woof, bonk, bonk. Thank you, Trixie and Rory. That is good advice. Wham! And he hits the ball. I think he's going to practice giving hugs. I will plan my strategy. Wow, look at that strategy. Strategy is like, that's his plan. That's what he's going to do to figure out how to hug better with those tiny, tiny arms. I will get stronger. I will practice very hard. I will practice my hugs on everything. He's hugging a ball. He's hugging a book. He's hugging ice cream. But look what happens. It's not a good idea to hug ice cream. And then he hugs a cactus. Is that silly or what? He says, I will not practice on that anymore because he got all stuck. Cactuses are very sticky. I am almost ready. I will practice one more time, and when I am done, I will find my friend Pointy. This tree is very big, just like Pointy. I will hug it. That's a good idea, right? He should practice on something that's like Pointy. He has tiny arms, and Pointy's big, and he's gonna practice hugging this Pointy-like thing. But this is not a tree. I've made a mistake. What is that? That's another dinosaur. That one's called a pterodactyl. And Tiny says, please help. From up here, everything looks tiny like me. I could hug everything that I wanted. But he fell. Now I'm falling. I should not have let go. Now I will never find Pointy. I hope he's going to be okay. He's falling from pretty high. He fell right onto Pointy. Hello, Pointy. Hello, Tiny. I am here to make you feel better. I've practiced very hard and hugged many things. My arms are still tiny and my hugs are still tiny, but I will do my very best because you are my very best friend. He only can hug the top of his head, but you know what Pointy says? Pointy says, thank you, Tiny. And he has a big smile. Pointy says, that was the biggest hug ever. And that's the end of our story. Tiny might have tiny arms, but like his mommy says, he has a very big heart. And just like us, Tiny the T-Rex, even though T-Rexes are known for being big and aggressive and powerful and ferocious, Tiny the T-Rex shows us that T-Rexes are also really good friends who have lots of hugs. And you know what? When you really care for someone, hugging is not as possible at all. Thank you, friends. I hope you enjoyed our story. I hope you enjoyed Tiny. And I hope you enjoyed learning about the big, ferocious T-Rex. Until next time. Bye, friends.